Is there anybody within Jay-Z's camp you're still cool with? Like, I think him and Jaz-O are now friends again.
Yo, bro, like, it's odd. Like I said, you'll kill yourself trying to figure it out, but none of them holler at me. I don't have a relationship with none of them. And I just told you, it ain't nobody over there that I ain't do nothing for. I done something for everybody over there. It's not one person that I have contact with.
When you first came out with your YouTube video, I think it was 2008.
Uh-huh.
I remember seeing it, but it was so long ago, I don't really remember. But you caught a lot of backlash for it.
Yeah. Good backlash, but it was a lot of, viral backlash. The shit went viral. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was seeing numbers like that back then. But this dude was at his high, man, and nobody wanted to believe me. They told me I was the disgruntled employee. I've been called everything, you know what I mean? But that's just because people wasn't aware of who I was and they didn't want me to be who I was, so. But that came right on time for me.
When you put that out and you got the response to it, were you like, man, like kind of shocked that it blew up so big?
Yeah, I was shocked, man, but honestly, man, I was running around energized off of feelings and emotions, bro. It was really, if I would have been thinking of more business level, like I would have had some product, I would have had a book, I would have had something to sell back then. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I tell people, yo, that was done out of strictly emotions and feelings. Because I wasn't ready for what came. All of that started, like people was getting at me. That shit was 24 hours a day for weeks on top of weeks. But I just didn't know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Business-wise. So, but the world recognized me. You know what I'm saying? And when he responded, it gave the world, it let the world know that it was a Dehaven, that exists. Because meanwhile, he was just saying names and people didn't understand, just blew over their head. But when he said, fuck Dehaven, they really knew that, okay, there's somebody that exists. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the biggest marketing joints I have seen, when he did that.
So when he kind of, he dissed you on the record, accused you of cooperating on No Hook, what was your reaction like when you first heard that? What were you thinking?
That he's mad. That he's really angry about something I done, something I said. Any type of way he put out something like that. Even though it was subliminal and he wasn't really talking about no real like snitching in the police, he wasn't talking about that. But he led the people to believe it was about some snitching shit. It didn't bother me too much because like the streets knew. I was just coming home from prison. The prison, I'm heavy they know me in the prison system. Like, even though I ain't done a lot of time, they know me because I know a lot of people in the system. But they knew that I was official, they knew that shit was a hoax. So I ain't get as much, but people that didn't know, yeah, I got death threats, I got, you know what I'm saying? But I just missed past that shit.
Did that come out after you put your video out of, like, Jay-Z Exposed?
Yeah. American Gangster? Yeah, that came up after, yeah.
So that was like his response.
That was his response. Yeah.
Jay-Z Exposed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't think like he meant that in a literal sense? He was just kind of trying to destroy your credibility?
Yeah. I mean, that's coming up off that YouTube where I just was like, I said some things about his mom and his family enough to make him mad to come back and say that. That's why I was like, all right, I get why he coming so hard. But you gotta understand, like, I felt like you don't respect my parents, you don't respect my mom, so why should I respect yours? You know what I'm saying? And they shouldn't be involved. But even though they was best friends, you know what I'm saying, I should have never been mentioning his mom or whatever. So I see that he, you know, the anger when he came back. You know, it is what it is. I wasn't, you know, that mad though.
Man, I think we covered about everything, man.
Yeah.
Is there any just, stories you could share with us? From you and Jay-Z?
We had it's so many this year. I don't know where. Yo, man, when it comes to, all right, okay, cool. The Foxy Brown, I'll leave you with this one. The Foxy Brown and shit video shoot. So I was staying in Delaware. Jay was doing that first Foxy Brown video shoot with Drew Hill. That's the Drew Hill song in the background, right? All right. So I stopped in Delaware, right? I pick up this bad chick. I'm talking about fucking exotic chick, right? Like I'm bragging. I'm like, yo, I'm taking her with me to this Jay shoot. Cause I don't really fuck with the videos. I never was with that shit. But he told me this time, yo, come up to the video shoot. I'm doing this with Foxy Brown. There's gonna be celebs there. Come through. I said, all right, I'm gonna get me I got me a fucking exotic one for his ass. Check this shit out. Right? So we drive up to the video shoot, right? And I go in there and I'm like, we peep, I go in there, shorty get out, she tough. So I walk around, I got all my shit on, jury heavy. And I walk to the back and then I go find Jay and Jay come out and shit. And he like, hold on, give me a second. He's like, give me a second and shit, I'll be right with you. So me and my shorty, we casing the joint and shit, right? So they said it was drinks on the second floor, so we gonna go up to the second floor. I'm waiting on Jay. Me and Shorty going up to the second floor. I'm trying to show her. So when we get on the elevator, she gets on, I get on, Vivica Fox get on behind me, and Chris Webber get on, like yo, and then two more chicks get on the elevator. Like the elevator is like tight, and we all on the elevator. And I'm looking at Vivica like, God damn. And Chris Webber looking at mine like, God damn, shit, like this is a staring contest and shit, like, yo, I'm like, nigga, you can have her, I'll take her, all of this shit. So we go and we drink and shit. I see how my shorty is drooling over Chris Webber and shit, like, that was a total loss for me. She would have been gone if I'd have turned my head. So we get our drinks, we go back downstairs and I see Jay, and I'm like, yeah, Jay, you know what I'm saying? I said, what's up? What you think? He said, yo, shorty tough, bro. You know what I mean? That's what's up. He said, well, come on, let's go upstairs. Let me show you something. We go upstairs and shit. So we get on the elevator, go upstairs. We get off on that third floor, man. Man, Jay had about 40 models up that bitch, son. He had about 40 of them that looked better than my bitches that I had up there. And I'm in there like, he like, so what you think about this and shit? Yo, there's about 40 models up there, man. Some of the baddest exotic bitches I ever seen, man. I was like, yo, you know what? You got that one, bro. You got that one. So he was like, yeah, but shorty bad. Well, the shorty bad, though. She could mess with them and shit. But I thought that was like the bangingest time because we used to always compare chicks and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I bring one around. He'd be like, oh, yeah, she bad. And I see him, and he'd be like, yo, she's bad. But yeah, that's one of the times, and another time I brought one around, she had a missing front tooth, right? But she still was a dime, yo. And I remember Jay going, I introduced her to Jay, and Jay come back, he say, yo, she missing her tooth, bro. But she is bad, though. She is bad, though. Yo, we used to just have fun, man, fucking around with these girls and, just spending money. Balling out, bro, every week in Atlantic City. Yo, like we had a good life. Like that shit you see him doing and having, and we was doing that shit before the cameras and lights and action, bro. We already was doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I done it solo. When he went off and started doing it into the music, I was doing that in DC, Philly, North Carolina, all of that. I was spreading wings. So this shit is nothing new for us. We've been doing that shit. So that was just one of the best stories, man. I thought was cool and shit.
Man, that's what's up, man. Man, your story was dope, man. I know the fans are gonna love it.
Man, I hope so, man. I appreciate it, man. And they take a look at that documentary, man, and see, you know, the details of what we went through and shit. Look forward to that Marcy May series. We already started shooting on that, man. Just to see Reasonable Doubt on film, just thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? To see that shit on film, bro, is gonna be epic. You know what I mean? And Cam, I appreciate you for having me on your platform, bro. I mean, I seen who you had on here before, so I'm kind of honored to be in among some of them, you know, some of the platforms that you've been serving, man. So I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. You know, man, your story's dope.
I appreciate it.
It's you know, I man, I appreciate it, man. You know
All
what I'm saying?
right.
Appreciate your time also.
Man, anytime, man. I'd be honored, man. If I'm ever out there, man, we do that shit one-on-one. We do some shit in person.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, man. If we can do it in person, I'm with that too.
All right, Cam. I appreciate you. I'll hit you up later and we talk.
All right, bro. Sounds good.
All right.